when women say put me first may not look like the same thing as when men say to put themselves first. So my question to you, Rico, is when men are saying that and you're encouraging men to do that, what does that look like?
This is how I take it, right? Like this is how I see it. And this is probably like a crazy example, but we're going there. When I hear a woman put herself first,
No. I want you to tell me what men.
but this is what I'm saying. When men here put themselves first, the first thing, not the first thing, but the only thing that I can think that can actually make it so you understand what we actually hear is, and this is just an example, it's my body, my decision. That's putting yourself first at all cost. So when I'm saying that's what we receive it as, so when you ask me what does it look like, it's like my assets, my resources, my decisions, regardless of you, regardless of how you feel, regardless, and it's not operating out of
maybe
lack.
that happened to you, and that's why you guys feel this way. That's
No,
the lens.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's how we interpret it. Putting yourself first, like, because what I try to tell you, there's no boundaries. It can go from a 10 to a 1, which 1 to 5 might not be detrimental to anybody. But once you tell me that you're putting yourself first, I, as a man, have to prepare under the worst circumstances for me to trust that you're going to live up to the word of you putting yourself first, which is a whole different limelight. Now, maybe y'all not meaning it that way, but I'm telling you, when we hear that, that's what, well, I ain't gonna say all men, but when I and men like me hear that, that's what we interpret. That's how we digest it, and that's how we receive it. So when you're asking me how would I operate, I'm going to operate as such from a 1 to a 10 on all levels. There's no boundaries on how I'm going to put myself first.
But
that's
no.
a you problem.
Wait. But I'm literally asking
using the words.
I'm literally asking
why?
Because the words.
I'm literally asking if you're gonna tell a man put yourself first, what does it look like? Which has nothing to do with women, nothing to do with what women believe putting themselves first. What does that look like to a man? That's what I'm asking.
If I had to give you an example of what somebody putting themselves first is,
a man,
not somebody, a man, yeah,
a man. Those are the men that we talk about.
Well, because I'm asking a question and he didn't answer my question the first time. That's why I want to make sure. No,
it's okay. No. A man that I can say is putting himself first right now is the men that we talk about who shit on women because they got money now and they got denied before. That's a man putting himself first. That's what that looks like. We know what not everybody, but we know what I'm talking about. So those are the men that are putting themselves first. They get money. They live their fancy life. They treat women like whatever because at the end of the day, they're putting themselves first. If they like her for her aesthetics and they just want to have a one-nighter with her or they want to have, some type of longevity. Yeah, that's what a man looks like with putting himself first, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So the reason,
no, that's so like,
wait, no,
driven men speaking,
no,
and when women say putting herself first, it is like a sense of healing. It is a sense of mental,
like a wholeness. Like you're
exactly.
But that's how a man heals. A man heals by.
That's not how.
Oh, he got money now.
He needs to read a book or like
go shit on somebody
and go to therapy. Like that's giving. I need therapy and I need self-development
That's why I'm
books.
saying like this. The whole thing that I'm saying is that,
and that's why I asked that question.
We have to understand that
shit on women. What are we talking about?
Shout out to Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey's book said that men and women are wired differently. So when we're saying the same thing. But we're interpreting it in different ways, in different extremes. So that's why I said is like before, I gave you an example. If you said, hey, I got to make myself full, so then that way I could be fully present and giving for you, that is interpreted and received entirely different to a man than if you were to say, hey, I got to put myself first. Like I'm telling you from a man's standpoint, not all men, but a man's standpoint, that is how we interpret that message. That's why we think that is bad advice.
So, okay, with that said, let me explain and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, explain to you what women are generally thinking when they say we got to put ourselves first. So let's say you wake up early every day, you go to work and you're in school and you are taking care of your children, and you have allowed yourself to fall off physically, you're mentally in a bad space, physically you're in a bad space, and it's just weighing on you. And it's because you're not sharing a burden that also belongs to somebody else. So it's like, you know what? I got to get healthy. I got to do something for me. So you know what? No, I'm not going to take care of the kids like I am or like I have been doing for the past few years. You got to get some of this work now. You have to, manage all of this so that I can put myself first and put my health first. And going back to what you were saying, if you're not healthy, what can you do? You can't look after your kids. You can't, make your home a home. You probably underperforming at work too. So that's why
Health is wealth.
That's why
wealth is health.
That's why I think that's what a lot of women mean by putting themselves first. Or you may be the fixer in your family. Everybody calls you for their fucking problem. But there's never anyone that you can reach out to when you need a helping hand or you need somebody to help you carry your burden. And once you realize it, you're like, damn, ain't nobody got my back. I got to put myself first now because I got to make sure I can take care of me, because clearly everyone else who I've given so much to is making a choice to not step up to help me. So that's and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's typically what women are saying, like learning boundaries, having standards, and not falling for bullshit, not losing ourselves in the relationship or like in life and our responsibilities and stuff.